told you you were beautiful, beautiful. If I told you you were beautiful, beautiful. If I told you you were beautiful, beautiful. If I told you you if I told you you were, if I told you were beautiful, beautiful. I think it's so easy for my generation and people in general to fall victim to the trend of say less. But I want to inspire you guys to say more. I was given the opportunity to speak about the obstacles that I may be facing or overcoming in my life right now. It took some time for me to, one, figure out what to say, and to also decide, like, am I going to really tell them what I'm going through right now? Like, am I going to be that vulnerable with y'all? But then I realized if I didn't, I wouldn't necessarily be saying more. It made me feel like I would be saying less. So it was only right for me to just talk about a current situation that I'm going through right now, and that's school. So real quick, my name is Eriel Nykole. I am a pre-med student at U of H. I am also an aspiring model. I am a content creator, a budget. I'm just doing a lot. But my first priority is school and God, of course. I was actually really going through it. My mental health was not okay. In fact, I was depressed. And it was really hard for me to, one, even to be real with myself and call it what it was, and to also even get out of that situation. Knowing that I was depressed made it even more depressing. Just constantly feeling like I'm failing in something that's very foreign to me. With being pre-med, you take a lot of sciences, so I'm taking anatomy, I got chemistry, the list goes on, and it was literally taking a toll on me because I was starting something new and didn't know which way to go or how to do it. So in the midst of that, I found myself just not doing good. And not to be cocky, I'm as humble can be, but I'm a straight A student. I've always been a straight A student until I came to college. I will forever say that college has humbled me. So in the midst of me with this career journey and taking all these sciences, I have found myself failing back to back. New resolution don't work. Resolution don't work. So in the midst of me trying different things to, aid in my success, it hasn't been working. And it was really taking a toll on my mental. Crying every day, straining my eyes for being on my computer and my phone for 8+ hours every day trying to study a material that I ultimately don't pass at the end. Y'all, I mean, I'm like, what's up? Like, what we gonna have to do? Because this ain't working. So just going through that repetitiously, it messed me up. I'm just now feeling okay. It took me some time to get out of that funk and be real with myself and also talk about it. In the midst of me going through that, I found myself, I want to say about a week ago, towards the end of everything, in a sense, I made a post about it. I went on my Instagram story, and I'm not the type of person to even put my business out there. I'm not even gonna lie. I was a victim to saying less, but I chose, something told me to talk about it. I went on my story. It was like 12 in the morning. I'm up studying for a test that I had coming up for anatomy and physiology. And I just came clean about everything. I told everyone that I was going through it. I told everyone that, my mental health isn't okay. I've been crying every day. And I said it real lightly, but I think the people that watched got my point. They understood what I was coming from without having to say too much. But we gonna start saying more. I got so many responses. When I say a lot of responses, I mean DMs was popping. I slick forgot about the studying I was supposed to be doing. Okay, so I read the DMs and I got so many. For one, so much inspiring messages. Old friends, new friends, strangers, everyone just telling me hey, you got this. I'm rooting for you. And then I got a lot of, I'm going through the same thing. I don't know what to do. I want to drop the class. I want to quit. And it brought me to tears even more because I felt seen in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but I felt seen. I felt relatable. It was like a level of comfort that came over me. And it was like, I'm not the only person. I think a lot of times we forget that we're not the main character. We're the main characters in our own stories, but there's so many different stories. There's so many other people that's going and having their own lives that we forget that we're not the only ones here. And so in the midst of people sending me those messages, I realized like, wow, like there's a lot more people that's going through the same thing that I am. And it felt good. It didn't feel good that like I'm struggling, you struggling. It just felt good that like we acknowledged each other and we talk to each other. I mean, I'm texting after texting after texting, uplifting them uplifting me, being honest with them, them being honest with me. It was such a beautiful experience. I will be successful, and I tell myself that every day.